A change is on tap. I'm Adam Schindler, your neighborhood reporter in Killeen, and I'll explain how a vote at the upcoming city council meeting could change the city's water restrictions.
Caring for the community. I'm Madison Myers, your neighborhood reporter here in Gatesville. I'll introduce you to a few people doing what they can to help keep our community beautiful.
I'm Brianna Smith, your neighborhood reporter here in Cameron, where this power pole was recently repaired, but it's raising concerns in our community. I'll tell you why it's worrying your neighbor.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Lauren Adams. Our team of reporters have been out across Central Texas and the Brazos Valley, bringing you stories that matter the most to your neighborhood. Coming up, we have the latest on a missing Uber driver who went missing in Waco last Wednesday. Plus, our Simona Barca has a story about a College Station high school student who was one of only 43 students in the state to win an engineering and computer science scholarship from Amazon. But first, Adam Schindler has a preview of the Killeen City Council's vote tomorrow that will decide what changes are made to their water conservation ordinance.
A change is coming. I'm Adam Schindler, your neighborhood reporter in Killeen. The city council will vote on their water restriction policy, with summer right around the corner. Every year, water restrictions are imposed in Killeen as lake levels drop and drought levels set in. Periodically, the city ordinance that dictates those restrictions being put in place has to be updated.
From my understanding, it has to be updated every 5 years. And the last time it was updated was 2019. And so we're just renewing that update with a couple of changes.
Now they're proposing new changes to the water restriction stages. There are currently 5 stages of water restrictions. Stage 1 is mild. Stage 2 is moderate. Stage 3 is severe. Stage 4 is critical. And Stage 5 is emergency and only goes into effect if there's a major water line break or the water becomes contaminated. If the council approves the changes, Stage 4 will disappear.
It's kind of a significant change going from 4 levels to 3.
Yeah.
Why would the city do that?
It's based on past experiences, I think. You know, I don't think we've ever reached level 4 from my understanding. You know,
it is at least very rare that Killeen reaches Stage 4 because of drought conditions, and they feel Stage 3 should be the highest. That would mean the Stage 5 emergency restriction level would become the new Stage 4. Violating Stage 2 or higher can come with a Class C misdemeanor and a fine of up to $2,000.
Yeah, definitely. If you violate any of those, then there could be penalties.
The city tells me that 171 people were warned but then complied, and nobody was fined or charged with a misdemeanor during last year's water restrictions. In Killeen, I'm neighborhood reporter Adam Schindler.
More water news. The city of Temple is downgrading its water restrictions back to Stage 1. Water restrictions have been in place since last August when water levels in Lake Belton dropped below the drought warning trigger. But as of this morning, those water levels are now 6 feet above the minimum level.
And as we take a look at the water that fell across the area during the weekend, well, it was widespread across Central Texas and definitely good news. Wish it was a little heavier here across Bell County. That would have helped out with the lake conditions a little bit more. We'll look at those lake conditions coming up in the main weather segment, but it was nice to see that widespread rain. A lot of us getting about a ½ inch to an inch with some isolated higher totals than that. Today was absolutely gorgeous. Hardly a cloud in the sky. Temperatures into the lower 70s here, up to Dallas-Fort Worth, down toward the Houston area. It was warmer across West Texas, and that warmer air will start to filter our way as we head into tomorrow. But right now, things are on the coolish side as we're dropping through the 60s right now, and we'll likely make it down into the 50s as we head into the morning hours. Winds have returned out of the south. That will start to bring in more humidity over the next several days. And as we look at your bus stop forecast in the morning, temperatures will start off into the middle 50s, so it'll be a cool start, but we're looking nice in the afternoon. It will be breezy, though, with south winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour.
Family members say officials have found the missing Uber driver who had not been seen since last Wednesday. Officials say Veronica Rowe was found deceased in her car at the Flying J. Rowe is believed to have died from health issues. Officials do not suspect foul play.
A community eyesore. I'm Brianna Smith, your neighborhood reporter here at the intersection of North Austin and West 22nd Streets in Cameron, where residents tell me this power pole has been hanging from this one since December. Now they tell me they're worried about the safety of it. Some Cameron residents are worried about a power pole along West 22nd and North Austin Street. Power company Encore repaired the pole after a car crashed into it in December, but the old pole is still hanging from it. A concern for resident Robert Blackman.
If somebody hits that pole, that's probably 800, 900 pounds going to come down on their car or somebody. It can't be safe.
I reached out to Encore, who tell me they're looking into the area, but what they can do depends on who owns the old pole. Residents tell me they're hoping the pole will be fixed soon, but in the meantime are still worried about the safety risks as long as it stays up. I'm your neighborhood reporter here in Cameron, Brianna Smith.
I'm Madison Myers, your neighborhood reporter here in Gatesville, where several of our neighbors are getting their hands dirty to help keep our community clean. People in our community are making a difference right here in our neighborhoods.
We have done education, especially like for kids, and on environmental things like recycling, composting.
Keep Gatesville Beautiful strives to obtain the beauty of the community.
So I just felt like there was a really need to get out and push your sleeves up, pick up some litter, and make our community look better.
The group hosts citywide cleaning days like this one on Earth Day, plants gardens, and nominates a Yard of the Month. Were you expecting it? How did it feel?
Goodness, no, we were
weren't
shocked.
Expecting it.
Yeah,
No.
in the least.
This month's winner, the Westbrooks, tell me they've worked long and hard on their yard.
But all of this is new.
We took some original plantings, repurposed those, and then had the landscaper come in.
The couple tells me several of their plants are native for easy maintenance and sustainability. Some of them even being deer-resistant plants because of the frequent visits in the neighborhood.
And he hand waters almost everything whenever he can. We have a rain catch system, and he'll dip his buckets and come out and pour, or he'll use the hose. So we don't have a sprinkler system, so we're saving water with that.
The Westbrooks tell me they're glad to see their hard work is being noticed in our community.
And to see all of the neighbors drive by and wave and just holler out, "I love your yard." It makes us smile.
The group tells me that they're still looking for volunteers, so if you'd like to participate and help keep our neighborhood beautiful, you can visit their website or Facebook at keepgatesvillebeautiful.com. Your neighborhood reporter in Gatesville, Madison Myers.
Planet health and human health, the two go hand in hand.
The choices that we make in life every day affect not only us, affect everyone around us, and affect our planet.
Dr. Sophia Asfaw with Cleveland Clinic says there are some healthy habits that can help both. By biking, walking, or running, you can get exercise and get to where you're going without relying on a vehicle, reducing emissions into the air. And a plant-based diet is not only good for your body, but also the earth.
In order to produce a meat-based meals, there's a lot that goes into it. There's chemicals that we have to use to raise the cattle or whatever meat-based product that you have, that then in turn pollutes the environment, and that can also lead to negative effects on human health.
Asphalt says when you're staying healthy by washing hands or brushing teeth, don't waste water. Turn it off when you're not scrubbing. She says you can also reduce energy expenditures and the amount of greenhouse gases that can impact the climate and therefore our health by turning off lights, unplugging household items when not in use, buying recycled goods, and setting your thermostat to eco mode if you have it.
If we take care of our planet will take care of us.
For Health Minute, I'm Andy Gaither.
Getting a good start. I'm Simona Barca. Meet a local high school senior on her way to success and the role Amazon is playing as she plots her future. I'm Simona Barca, your neighborhood reporter in College Station. A College Station high school senior is starting college with a $40,000 scholarship and the promise of a paid internship with Amazon. Like many high school seniors, Cynthia Zhao has been applying for scholarships for college.
I know I applied, but I didn't feel like it could be me.
That's how she came across the Amazon Future Engineers Scholarship.
Cynthia, like many seniors, sent me a recommender email from Amazon, as well as other various universities that she wanted to apply to. And I filled out the application for her. She's an exceptional student. It was not very hard to write great things about her. And then I sent it off.
About 3 weeks ago, Amazon reached out to Kimberly Munoz, Cynthia's computer science teacher, saying she won the scholarship. So they set out to plan a secret guest speaker event for the class when really it was to surprise Cynthia.
And then it just walked over to me and gave me the box. And everyone just and I was like so excited.
It's a $40,000 scholarship to study computer science or engineering and a paid summer internship with Amazon the summer after her freshman year.
I already can imagine myself on my next summer. Don't go home and go to Seattle for a week. That's like super exciting.
Cynthia is one of 43 students across Texas and 400 students nationwide to receive this scholarship. She says this will help her focus on her studies instead of worrying about finances.
Financially, for my family, it's a big help. And like I have a sister now with a scholarship. If I can get most of my tuition covered, my family can focus on hers.
Cynthia says she's excited to pursue a career in STEM at her dream school, Texas A&M University. I'm your neighborhood reporter in College Station, Simona Barca.
Changing the world one bag at a time. I'm Epiphany Lachey, your Temple neighborhood reporter. I'll show you how local volunteers in the grocery store are teaming up to help benefit our environment. Local HEBs teamed up with the community on Monday to give out free reusable bags at checkout. It's part of Earth Day across Central Texas. At least 400 bags were given away at each store. Since 2008, HEB has given out 3 million reusable bags. Our neighbors were happy to grab one to help save the environment.
Minimize space in the pollution. Yes, pollution. Minimize space in the landfills, and just anytime you can reuse something, it's a good idea. In 2023, HEB recycled 19 million pounds of plastic. You can find recycled boxes for plastic right outside the door. And as part of the community's cleanup efforts, neighbors are set to meet at Little Blue Stem Park in Temple on Monday night. Plus, Keep Temple Beautiful will host a community cleanup event on May 10. Reporting in Temple, I'm Epiphany Lachey.
TikTok is a step closer to a possible ban. Tim Pulliam has more.
Today I'm saying my final goodbye to TikTok.
The clock is ticking for viral social media app TikTok. Over the weekend, House lawmakers passing a bill that could ban the popular app from the U.S. if the Chinese owner, ByteDance, doesn't sell within a year.
The two options are sell to a U.S. owner or cease operating in the U.S.
The potential measure is lumped into a $95 billion foreign aid package. Top intelligence leaders are concerned user data on the app could become compromised, the bill receiving bipartisan support. For some TikTok creators, the app has been a launching pad for lucrative businesses.
I'm happier than I have ever been, and it is because this app has opened the door for me to figure out how I can make a difference in the world.
A TikTok spokesperson calling the action unfortunate, telling ABC News the bill would trample the free speech rights of 170 million Americans, devastate 7 million businesses, and shutter a platform that contributes $24 billion to the U.S. economy annually. If it does get banned, some security experts say app stores would no longer offer the app or provide updates.
I don't think it's going to pass First Amendment scrutiny because I think there are less restrictive alternatives. We could have made it a crime to transfer Americans' data to an adversarial foreign nation or foreign state interference.
The Senate expected to vote on the package tomorrow. President Biden signaled that he would sign the bill if it's approved by the Senate. TikTok has vowed to fight this in court. Tim Pulliam, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Former President Donald Trump's criminal trial began today. We'll have the very latest.
It was a delightful day here across Central Texas today. Temperatures in the lower 70s, no humidity, not much wind. The wind will return as we head into tomorrow, and it's going to start warming up and becoming more humid as we head toward the end of the week as well. So today's probably one of the nicer days we'll see. The wind returns tomorrow again about 15 to 25 miles per hour. Temperatures will warm up in the upper 70s to near 80 and will continue to climb from there. More clouds will be around as we head into especially Thursday and Friday, and then we may have some storm chances for Friday going into the weekend. Friday looking like the best day as of right now, and then just some isolated storm chances as we make our way into Saturday and Sunday unless things change, and that could always happen. Looking nice right now, though. We have had a few high clouds earlier today, but things have settled down and we are looking really nice with just clear skies across most of the Lone Star State tonight. There were showers earlier down across South Texas. Those have dissipated. So a nice evening anywhere you slice it. And on our Syntex Roof Systems cam in Bryan College Station this evening, well, you're sitting at 63 degrees, clear skies. Dew point at 48 degrees and winds around the south-southeast at 6 miles per hour there in the Brazos Valley. Rain chances, well, around 0 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday, I think, is our best chance for at least scattered shower and thunderstorm potential. If we see severe weather, it's going to all depend on the timing of the storm system, how much energy there is, and kind of the time of day as well. Right now, it looks like more of a morning to an early afternoon event. Then at 20% as we head into Saturday, 30% on Sunday. So again, not ruling out thunderstorms this weekend, but I do think the better chances will be north of us the way it looks right now. So let's get into our future track showing not much happening from now through Tuesday. Again, the wind will pick up tomorrow afternoon. Out of the south 15 to 25. That'll start drawing some low clouds in. But other than that, it's going to be a pretty decent day with highs in the upper 70s to near 80. Then mostly cloudy skies will start to work in, especially by the latter half of the week. Going into Thursday and Friday, that's where we may see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. I do think the best chances will be northeast of here, but we'll be on the tail end of this system. So a few of those scattered showers and storms will be around. Again, question mark on any severe weather potential. We'll continue to keep an eye on that. Saturday, it looks like most of it will be north of us across Oklahoma into northwest Texas. So not too much there. Maybe, again, a trailing system moving through as we push into Sunday afternoon. So that will be something to watch. But as of right now, hopefully we will avoid significant severe weather and just see a couple of thunderstorms here and there. So for tonight, temperatures will work their way down into the 50s for us. 56 is normal. So guess what? We're close to normal in the morning, and we're going to be around normal tomorrow afternoon as well. 79 is normal. We're going 78 in Waco, 79 Killeen, and 77 in Temple. So welcome to a normal day. That rarely happens around here. And as we take a look at your forecast, 78 Tuesday, 82 on Wednesday, and 83 Thursday. And notice your morning lows coming up as well. So that's indicative of increasing humidity values across the region. And we will have a chance for some scattered thunderstorms Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. At least isolated activity, maybe slightly more widespread on Sunday at 30%. And then as we move into next week, highs in the 80s, lows in the 60s and 70s. That's pretty normal for this time of year. And taking a look at the forecast for the Brazos Valley, I think your rain chances are going to be a little bit less. 30% on Friday, just a slight chance over the weekend, with temperatures primarily into the 80s.
Now to the historic hush money payment trial of Donald Trump. For the first time in history, a former president is being prosecuted for an alleged crime. Both the prosecution and defense gave their opening statements, and one witness testified before court broke early for the day. ABC's Rena Roy has more on what went on inside the courtroom.
A historic day in a Lower Manhattan courtroom with opening statements in the hush money trial of former President Donald Trump. Prosecutors saying this case is about criminal conspiracy, accusing Trump of arranging a $130,000 payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels to keep her from revealing their alleged affair right before the 2016 presidential election.
They don't have to technically prove a criminal conspiracy. He is not being charged with anything in that sense. But the criminal conspiracy lends itself towards the falsification of documents as well as the underlying crimes.
Trump shaking his head no while listening to the prosecution tell jurors that he schemed with his former fixer Michael Cohen and former National Enquirer publisher David Pecker to influence the general election by concealing negative information about him. Trump passing notes and whispering to his attorneys at times. Trump's defense attorney telling the jury, "I have a spoiler alert. There is nothing wrong with trying to influence an election. It's called democracy." The defense arguing Trump relied on lawyers to arrange that payment. Trump has long denied the affair and any wrongdoing. He's pleaded not guilty to the charges.
It's a case as to bookkeeping. You pay a lawyer, he's a lawyer, and they call it a legal expense. That's the exact term they use, legal expense.
Prosecutors calling Pecker as their first witness. He once called Trump a personal friend, flashing a smile as he took the stand. Prosecutors accusing him of acting as a co-conspirator in helping buy and bury damaging stories about Trump. Pecker testified that he had final say whether to publish any story involving celebrities.
Court is back in session on Tuesday, and Pecker will be back on the stand. But first, the judge plans to hold a contempt hearing on Trump's alleged violations of the limited gag order in this case. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Coming up after the break, Star Wars fans can be on the lookout for an item hitting the shelf to celebrate Star Wars Day on May 4th. Star Wars fans are breaking out their lightsabers ahead of May 4th, the National Star Wars Day. True Moo brand dairy is also getting ready to celebrate by offering blue milk, the iconic drink that was first introduced in Star Wars A New Hope. The blue milk, which has been exclusively available at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disney parks, comes in half gallons and can be found in the dairy section at select retailers in most major markets. The vanilla flavored low-fat milk will be available while supplies last through July. Luke Skywalker also drank green milk in Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Now let's head on over to Chief Meteorologist Matt Hines for a final look at the weather.
And as we take a look at your forecast, looks like temperatures will be into the upper 70s on Tuesday, lower 80s Wednesday. So we're going to see a warming trend progress through the rest of the week. With the exception of Friday, it comes back down just a little bit. But that's because we'll have more clouds and scattered showers and thunderstorms will be possible as well. Right now, we'll keep it at 40%. We'll see if we can raise that a little bit later on. All depends on the strength of the cap and how much energy moves into the area. Then for the weekend, I do think there'll be severe weather to our north. How far south does it get? There's a big question mark on that. So right now we'll keep rain chances at 20 to 30%, highs into the middle 80s, lows around 70. So it is going to be muggy, and it looks like that mugginess will continue as we head into next week. And for the Brazos Valley, 77 on Tuesday, 83 Wednesday, 84 Thursday, and a chance for a couple of thunderstorms on Friday, but your rain chances look a little bit lower as you'll be a little too far south for the better dynamics, but it will remain warm and humid.
That's all the time we have tonight at 10. I'm Lauren Adams. Have a good night.